All right, Seton, any other poll questions that we're considering in the first hour of this program?
Well, somehow we've got about 37 Russell Wilson poll questions.
Yeah. You know what? Let's hold off on Russell Wilson Jr. the third until the second segment, because I came in and I couldn't believe the amount of interest in Russell Wilson Jr. the third, maybe starting Sunday night versus the Jets. We even have Mike Tomlin talking about this. I don't know if there's any other owner who would give answers the way Mike Tomlin does. Now, Coach Tomlin, he doesn't care. I don't know if there's any other coach who just says, I'm going to tell you what I really think. Or he's going to tell you, that you shouldn't be asking these questions. Hey, have you made an announcement on who your starter is? Or, hey, okay, can you play the question that Mike Tomlin has asked and then Tomlin's response? This is yesterday.
What hasn't Justin done, or what does he need to do better so you guys are 4-2 to not just name him the starter?
Justin has been really good, and we've been really good at times, but not to be confused with great. Man, this is a competitive league, man. We're trying to position ourselves to be that team, and we got a player with talent who hadn't had an opportunity to play, so we're going to potentially explore those things. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what Justin has done or has not done.
Okay. I think there's a compliment in there somewhere. They're 4-2, and you know that I'm a fan of Justin Fields. I'm not a fan of him throwing the football, which is a problem with your quarterback there. I don't know if he's going to get much better. We kept saying, okay, let's let him have, a go-to receiver, consistency with his head coach. They got a new offensive coordinator, maybe a little time to throw. The expectation levels for you to win a game like they were in Chicago aren't as high. I mean, this might be his ceiling. But he's not turning the ball over. I think you got to be fair to him in the situation of he is playing pretty good football, 66% completion rate. He has 11 touchdowns that combined through the air and on the ground, and they're 4-2. But we always love the possibility of somebody else. And now Russell Wilson, can he gain his Super Bowl form? We know Justin Fields never had Super Bowl form, but Russ did. Oh, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Okay. Hopefully not his throwing shoulder. That could be painful. Yes. Yeah,
I mean, odds are Justin Fields will never have that Super Bowl form.
Yeah, I agree. But he's okay.
Odds are most quarterbacks won't. I think is kind of the point.
Yeah, so we'll have more. We'll have our Russell Wilson Jr. the third poll questions coming up. All right, so let's play the Russell Wilson game.
Well,
wait, do we have some music? There
custom, very Steelers-esque music. This is the Steeler game. You have one choice here. If you were Mike Tomlin and had to declare a starter for the rest of the season at quarterback and stick with it, who would you go with?
Todd?
Justin Fields.
Seton?
Justin Fields.
Marvin?
Justin Fields.
I would do Justin Fields as well.
I'll go Russell Wilson.
Well, but you love Russell Wilson.
I think his ceiling as a passer is higher.
Well, yeah, it has to be.
With that defense, yeah, I think I would give Russell a try. I think we've seen a good amount of Justin.
Their offense isn't explosive. They changed offensive coordinators there. I mean, Russ has to be a better passer, but is he a better quarterback? Yes, he.
I feel like if you made that switch now, you're only setting Russell Wilson up for failure, and that is just not a good thing at all. Justin Fields has played you to 4-2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's earned that right now to do that. We've seen Justin Fields. We haven't seen any of Russell Wilson there. We have no idea what he's going to look like there.
But I think that potential is what entices people. It's like, all right.
Justin Fields is?
No, Russell. They're like, all right, we see what Justin has. Let's see what Russ has.
See, I feel like Russell Wilson is like supremely underrated, or at least underappreciated or something for what he's done. But that being said, I feel like Justin Fields has earned that spot.
Why do you think Russell Wilson is supremely underrated?
Well, I think that in general, we underrate the ability to get to a Super Bowl, let alone win one. Winning the Super Bowl is one thing, but even just getting there is a whole other thing that most quarterbacks don't accomplish.
Okay.
And we can look at Russell Wilson and make all of these excuses for how he got there a couple of times, but he still got there, and lots of other people wouldn't have been able to do that.
It's weird to say this, but when they lost to the Patriots, he was the best player on the field. I truly thought he was the best player on the field, and the Patriots could not stop him until you have that goal line situation where he throws a pass. They won a Super Bowl, but their defense was dominating, and Russ doesn't really. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. He was the quarterback on that team. That Seattle Super Bowl against Denver, they dominated, and it was about their defense, not about Russell Wilson. So I would say he gets blamed for one Super Bowl and doesn't get credit for the other Super Bowl. Yes, Eden.
It's like if you get to the Super Bowl and lose, you open up a window or a door to be like, see, if we had a better quarterback, then we would have won that. Like Jalen Hurts, there's still so many question marks around him, but like he could get you to the Super Bowl.
I think he got a lot of credit for what he did in the Super Bowl. I don't think he got blamed for the turnover that he had that led to a touchdown. He was great in the Super Bowl. Jared Goff got to the Super Bowl, and that's where you get we got to upgrade the quarterbacking position. So I think it's held against Goff. It's not held against Jalen Hurts.
I think right now, Jalen Hurts, there's still question marks around him.
Oh, absolutely. I've said that from the outset.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we underappreciate, though, that like he is able to get you to that. Winning that and getting that far is a skill unto it, right?
But Russ is playing himself out of the Hall of Fame. And that's hard to do.
Yeah.
You go to 2 Super Bowls, you win 1, but that's a long time ago. It's like Aaron Rodgers.
10 years?
Yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, hey, won a Super Bowl. Wow, that's a long time ago. Yeah, Paulie.
Yeah, like in 2015, you would have bet a week's pay that Russell was on his way to the Hall of Fame. Russell Wilson, it feels like it's a long time ago, but his career in Seattle, 10 seasons, won 104, lost 53. It's one of the best win-loss records, regular season of all time, ever. His average season was 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 10 picks. People would kill. I mean, they'd give anything for that in Pittsburgh.
He was overshadowed because they had Marshawn Lynch on offense, they had the Legion of Boom, and they had Pete Carroll. And it always felt like they were in a game where the score was crooked, and then they would say, Russ, try to win the game for us. And even if you said that the Steelers could have the numbers he had in Denver last year, they'd take that in a second. What was he, like 27 touchdowns, 9 interceptions?
26 touchdowns, 8 picks.
Yes, you'd sign up for that in a second.
Yes.
You'd be like, oh, my God, you're the next Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, Steelers record.
Yeah. All right, the second Russell Wilson Jr., the third game.
Assuming Russell Wilson gets the start this weekend and is starting going forward.
Okay.
Who would you bet on to have a better last 2/3 of the NFL season game? Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson? Doom.
Oh, I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I'd take Aaron Rodgers.
Including wins. Wins is involved, not just stats.
Oh. Well,
Curveball.
Justin Fields has had a better season than Aaron Rodgers has.
I'll take it.
If I'm taking the wins there.
So I guess overall, like when you grade it out, like who did more to help their team in the back?
Well, Rodgers isn't going to lose his job. Russell Wilson, if he got the job, can lose his job. So I would say Aaron Rodgers with his new best friend, Devontae Adams.